Hey everybody, it's Ramblin Bob again. I got another product that you might like. We've had this for about a year now. It's a neat little boiler. It's a water boiler for camping, fishing, hunting, traveling, just about whatever you want to do with it. It's very simple to operate. It has one button, three settings. There's low, medium, and high, and you can shut it off whenever you want. There's no preset, so you got to kind of watch it. But as you see, the lights on top of it are very, very big, very simple, and easy to use. It's very easy. So here, let's get what we need here. Let's get all the ingredients here. Done. Just a little bottle of water here. There's a max line on the top. You want to fill it up all the way. It's just under 12 ounces. There we go. Okay, she's full. And then you pop the top on like that. And then you turn your inverter on, or if you're in a hotel or something like that, obviously you got electricity in there, or your house or whatever. You hit the little button and boom, you're done. You just wait for it now. So you put the water aside, and now you bring out the tools of the trade. My lucky Dave & Buster's cup here, because you need that. That's my lucky cup. Got to have that. You got to have a drink. This is my favorite, Swiss Miss, one of my favorites for many years. Well, I'm almost out. I got to get more. That's good stuff, man. All right, and then, shh, don't tell my wife. This is her $1 million tea stir thing here. I don't know why. She spent like $10 on this thing. But, all right, we're going to use that. I know it's a little goofy looking, but we're going to use that. That way when my wife sees this review, she'll yell at me again. All right, now, these are the things that while that's warming up, of what you can use this for, okay? Simple things. Tea, hot chocolate, coffee, ramen. You could even bring a can of soup, little Campbell's can of soup, and just pour it in there and warm it up, and then dang near eat it right out of there. And if you got a spoon like this, hell, you could eat it right out of there, fit right on there. So maybe I'll steal that from my wife there and use that for some fishing or something like that. So we got that. Here's another thing, freeze-dried food packs. These, I'll tell you what, I didn't know about. It's kind of like an MRE for the military. I didn't know about them until I got a little older. I think I missed out on them. They're fantastic. It's a little bag of freeze-dried meals. You can get macaroni and cheese, or just all kinds of things that come in these little bags. It's all freeze-dried food. And all you got to do is put some boiling water in there, wait a few minutes, and bam, you got a meal, a hot meal in the middle of nowhere. You could be sitting there on a beach. You could be sitting on a boat and thinking, I'm hungry. You boil some water with your power station like this, or you can use your AC adapter from your boat, your marine adapter, and plug that right into the 12 volt, run an inverter, and boom, you're boiling water on a boat. I mean, out in the middle of nowhere, or camping, or in your RV like we do. So that's really cool. A hot meal in the middle of nowhere. Then, this is a big one. This is a little mod for you. A hand warmer. A lot of people didn't think like this, but I kind of think out of the box sometimes, and how can you use products a different way. So here's my trick. You warm this up all the way to a boil. You got to watch out. That steam will shoot out. This is a release valve for steam. Once it's under the steam level, this will kind of pressure shut, and then you don't have to worry. Oh, see, it's half done already. Look, it's about 160 degrees already. That's the second stage. So once this gets to 212 and boiling, you unplug it, and now here's the trick. You walk around with this in your hand when on a cold day. What happens is the heat from the bottle kind of stays in there for anywhere between 30 minutes to an hour of what I noticed, and it'll keep your hands warm on a cold day, so you can use that while you're fishing and just warm up your hands. That's pretty cool. Now, the biggest one that I noticed, this is huge. This is really huge. So I travel a lot. Unfortunately, it's good and bad. Oh, it only uses about 255 watts, by the way. I think that's important to say. So back to the story. I travel a lot over the last 20 plus years. And have you ever gone, or when's the last time you gone to a hotel and you get up in the morning and you go down and you go, I'm gonna have a nice cup of hot chocolate. I'm gonna have some hot tea. I'm gonna have some coffee, whatever. And you look at that disease-ridden, disgusting bowl of a thing that they boil water in for coffee, and you think, yeah, I'd rather eat out of a dumpster. So the neat thing is you could throw this in your backpack, you could throw it in your suitcase and bring that into the hotel room with you, and they won't even know. You got a fresh, clean water supply that you can boil it and have your own meal with one of those little freeze-dried things. Or you can go down to that hotel and eat that apple and that disgusting looking coffee pot horribleness that's down there. But that's the ideas that I had for this thing. You can see it's getting there. It's almost done now. I like my hot chocolate at about 160 degrees. It takes about, oh, I'd say about 9 or 10 minutes on average to get this totally boiling. I think this water was just a little bit, just a hair bit hotter than the room temperature, because I had this water bottle in my my suitcase, so it was just a tad bit warmer than the room temperature, because you know, the insulation inside of that suitcase. Oh, look at that, turned red. You know what that means? Hot chocolate's on the way. Rubbing the hands, getting ready for this one. I think I'm the real winner with this whole review, because you guys get to watch it, but I get to taste the products. And hot chocolate, that's a win-win. I mean, even on a warm day or a cold day, I like hot chocolate. This stuff, this is a win-win. I'm gonna put this up here. That's my decoration for today. So it's one of the things I really enjoy about it. But that hunting, that camping, the fishing, the hiking thing with the MREs, or the hand warmer thing, or that hotel thing, that hotel idea is just unbelievably calming, because, man, you go to these hotels and some of them, no offense, some of them ain't been clean since I think Abraham Lincoln was president, it looks like. I mean, they're pretty rough shape for the food that you know, the area that they expect you to eat out of. So, oh, craziness. All right, so it's coming down to the home stretch here, and in probably less than ballpark, maybe a minute or so here. We're just waiting here. We're just waiting. I can show you my wife's spoon again. This is crazy. Isn't this crazy? She paid like 10 bucks for this thing, but I'll tell you what, she really enjoys it. So, you know, happy wife, happy life. You know how that is, guys. But when this is done, it'll get all the way to boiling, and then there'll be a little blue light that shows up right here. She even says tea and coffee right there. But remember, this release valve up here, steam shoots out of there, so just, you know, be careful. Other than that, once it gets under that 212 degrees, nothing leaks out there. It's pretty leak proof. I haven't had any water come out of there after it gets down underneath there. You know, it's kind of like a radiator. Once that steam gets too hot, that temperature builds up and it shoots out the top, so that doesn't, you know, explode on you. You know, God forbid, that would be a terrible thing. I don't think it would get that hot, but you never know. You never know. It's you know, it's only plastic, so it's almost there. I can hear it bubbling. I don't know if you can hear it. I'll be quiet for just a second. Can you hear that? That's the bubbling inside there. So you know for sure that you got boiling water in there, which means if you're able to not have clean drinking water wherever you are, or in the middle of nowhere, you can have a nice warm thing for your belly. And you know, when you're out there fishing and you get cold and your fingers get all numb and stuff, when you're waiting for that super big fish to bite, yeah, you do this while you're waiting, because while you're fishing, you ain't got but time anyway. You're just sitting there staring at the water, which is one of my favorite things to do in life. I really enjoy fishing. But, all right, it's got to be to the home stretch here. I bet you it's going to be maybe, I don't know, 15 or 20 seconds longer here. As I mentioned, it's a 300 watt rated device, but it's only pulling 255 watts out of this little Mylan power station. It probably uses less than maybe, I don't know, 3 or 4 or 5%, maybe 6% of the battery. So a little power station like that, you'd be able to, you can make a meal, you can make a drink and everything, and still have tons of power. Oh, look at that. That's what you're waiting for. I'm in the money. All right, so you turn that bad boy off like that. You open it up. You watch out for that steam. It'll shoot out. It'll get you, so be careful. It's hot. That's boiling water. You see that steam coming out of there? Can you guys see that? I hope you can see that steam. That's really hot. That's 212 degree water. One neat thing is, just in case if you put something in there and you forget, you know, we're all forgetful. If you forget to take that water out, or, you know, like the phone rings and you go to answer the phone or whatever, and you take your mind off this goes in what's known as a standby state, which is really cool, because it'll keep it at temperature all the way up in the boiling range, or just before boiling, and that way you have, when you get back from what you did because you forgot, you can have you know, the hot water waiting for you. So that's very cool. It doesn't auto shut off. It sits and it'll turn on and turn off, turn on, and it'll keep that water good. All right, I'm mixing it with my $8 million wife's spoon here. That's a fancy thing. All right, well, Guys, this is another successful review in my book because I get hot chocolate out of the deal and my Lucky Dave and Buster's cup. So you guys safe travels, and I'll see you at the next Ramblin' Bob Reviews.